So are you hungry? Is that it?
Yes.
The response was so quick when I asked about food. Come on now. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to that part later. But yeah, I was just thinking to myself when I was watching this video, Panache, don't look at me like that. You know what's coming, yes. But I was thinking to myself that, you know what? This next segment that we're about to get into is so exciting because we're about to receive some shout-out videos. And we asked Sodium to give us a shout-out video because we really wanted him to encourage you guys and tell you how everything is going in chemistry. Do you know what Sodium said? Nah. He was just like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
It's all right. A round of applause for... This one didn't hit as much as I thought it would.
I'm sorry.
But it's all right. We'll give you another chance. So as I mentioned earlier on, we have participants joining us from all over the world, different countries, different continents. So at this time, we'd like to watch a video of the various participants across the world as they just give shout-outs to us that are here in Zimbabwe. But after that, I'm going to pick you at random, and you answer every question that I have for you. Take a look at this.
Hello science enthusiasts, my name is Natalie Towson, a Zimbabwean finalist in the 2024 edition of the Africa Science Buskers Festival, and I am here to say a big shout out to my motherland Zimbabwe. It boasts a rich heritage, blending ancient traditions and its vibrant cultures, from our infamous sadza to our vibrant clothing attire just like mine. It is home to the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, as well as the majestic Victoria Falls that is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. And interesting enough, we have Southern Africa's highest concentration of rock art. Thank you.
Hello! In this video, we are presenting some images of Rio Grande do Sul, a Brazilian state, and its beautiful landscapes and culture.
Quem quiser saber quem sou, olha para o céu azul e grita junto comigo, viva o Rio Grande do Sul.
That's what a culture.
A woman wearing the traditional outfit representing cattle farming, a traditional house, Bakalaka dancing the Karanga dance, especially during the festivals and the rain-making ceremonies. That is when they do their Masana dance. A traditional boat, traditional food, a Musara biting the scorpion in belief for good hunt.
My name is Chibuke.
My name is Blessed Chioko.
And my name is Amotele Olawiliki.
We are students
of the Waterman College, Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria. It's a country blessed with great natural resources and great people.
We are happy to be part of the African Science Buskers Festival. Go Nigeria!
Hey, Morise, shout out to our beloved Zimbabwe, the home of the mighty Victoria Falls and the creative minds that have come to showcase their talent at this lovely science festival. Yes, within my soul. Anyways, we boast of our lovely flame lily as well as our hospitality, so I would be surprised if you haven't visited this place already. In that case, see you soon. Bye!
Kazakhstan has a rich and diverse culture that reflects its multinational population and historical heritage. The core of its culture is based on Kazakh traditions such as hospitality, music and dance. Nowruz is one of the main holidays symbolizing the new year and spring renewal. Traditional cuisine plays an important role with dishes like bishparmak and borsat.
खुश आमदीद, मेरा नाम अलावल जमाल है
और अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम राफे अताउला है
और ये है पाकिस्तान।
everyone, my name is Shahar Bano and I will be telling you some fun facts about Pakistan. Islamabad, which is a city in Pakistan, is known to be the world's second most beautiful capital. The world's largest deep sea port is located in Karachi. Pakistan has the second largest salt mines in the world. We have the largest ambulance network in the world. Many of our organizations like Shaukat Khanum, JDC, ED Foundation are recognized internationally. Nearly 70% of the world's soccer balls are made in Sialkot, Pakistan. Factories have produced balls for the 2022 World Cup. One of the most famous fruits in Pakistan is the mango, which is considered the national fruit. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tawamanza Chikorwa. I am 11 years old and I am from Lusaka, Zambia. I go to Woodford School, Lusaka. My tribe is Bemba. I'm a Christian and my favorite topic is mathematics.
Hi, my name is Adrian from the Heritage School. I love my country, Zimbabwe, because it's home to the largest man-made lake in the entire world, Lake Kariba. It provides hydroelectric power for both Zambia and Zimbabwe. It is nearly 6,000 square kilometers and it can reach a temperature of 45 degrees Celsius in the surrounding area, a natural sauna. Come and visit my country. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Adrian Mupuri and I'm going to be talking about why I love my country, Zimbabwe. I love my country because it is home to one of the 7 great wonders of the world, which is the Victoria Falls, which is also known as the smoke that thunders by the locals.
Hello everyone, I'm Rarashe from Zimbabwe and I'd like to share a fascinating part of our heritage, Great Zimbabwe. This ancient city, which thrived from the 11th to 15th century, was a major trading hub with connections as far as China and Persia. Known for its impressive stone architecture, the name Zimbabwe means houses of stone in Shona. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a symbol of our rich history and culture. Thank you.
A round of applause for the videos, guys. So exciting. Are you guys, I'm really not getting the vibe of people that are happy. I understand you're hungry. You told me, don't worry. I called Mr. Knowledge. That's why he stood up fast. He's going to arrange something for you guys. Okay, so we're moving on with our program. We are going to receive a very, very encouraging experience about our 2 finalists who actually went to Switzerland. So we are going to leave this time to Gift and Cosmas to come up front and just share about the experience in Switzerland, okay? Let's just clap our hands as they're coming over.
Compliments of the day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gift Chko. I stand before you in great appreciation of the Africa Science Buskers Festival because of the opportunity they gave us to attend the International Swiss Talent Forum in Switzerland. On the 28th of February, early this year, I and my colleague, Cosmas Mankonza, we concluded our participation in the 13th International Swiss Talent Forum in Notwil, Switzerland. Over the course of a week, we engaged with a diverse cohort of global participants collaboratively crafting innovative solutions to address future challenges. 79 participants from 33 different countries around the globe. This experience was particularly formidable. The International Swiss Talent Forum provided a dynamic platform for cultural exchange, exposure to varied working methodologies, and interaction with the diverse content. Whether through engaging with peers of my age group, or attending lectures, workshops, and speeches by influential figures in the international arena, the forum enriched my understanding and readiness for the professional landscape. As an aspirant chemist, my skills in group projects for research work was immensely enhanced. It instilled in me a greater maturity regarding the worldview I had developed.
Nelson Mandela did not lie when he said, education is a powerful tool that can be used to change the world. In as much as education is a powerful tool that can be used to change the world, education over time is no longer what it used to be hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Education transforms, it adopts and it adapts to the various forms of situations and to the various forms of activities that we do as human beings, right? So the main focus for this year's International Swiss Talent Forum was on education particularly. We had to go through various forms of organizations, various forms of problems, various forms of predicaments that us as students were the main stakeholders of education go through. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you to my spaceship, which is going to go and take you to the International Swiss Talent Forum, as I'm going to give you my experience of each and every team's solution and each and every team's deliberation. So please brace yourselves. So our main focus was learning for the future. And the first challenge that we looked at was designing the classrooms of tomorrow. I can agree that we are in a four-walled room. We're surrounded by walls. But it's not the room that we are in that matters, but it's us, the individuals, the knowledge and the power that we carry. So we deliberated and decided to discuss on how the classroom can be made more adaptable to individuals within that setup. So first we looked at redesigning the physical classroom to cultivate a safe learning environment for all on the social ease spectrum. So I can simply explain this by saying that we all have a different level of social awareness or how we interact with other individuals. We have individuals who are introverts, we have extroverts, and we have individuals that are ambiverts. So the classroom is more likely to favor extroverts, individuals who are able to raise their hands within classrooms, who are able to speak, who are outgoing. But you have to certainly agree that there are individuals who are shy. I know there are various forms of other individuals in here who've fought shy sometime in their class to raise their hand and give an answer to a question. I mean, you're literally afraid that people are going to laugh at you if you say the wrong answer or something. But the classroom doesn't favor such individuals who are introverts. So we had to redesign the classroom to create an innovative space where each and every individual, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you're able to thrive accordingly. So the solution that was deliberated and what they thought of was creating a more digital classroom where individuals can not only depend on the teacher as the main broadcaster or the main deliverer of information, but there are digital devices, there are interactive whiteboards where learners can be asked various forms of questions. You don't literally have to raise your hands in class and answer to questions, but there are interactive tools, interactive whiteboards, interactive displays in which you can answer various forms of questions. So that was the solution to one of the first challenges. And the other team focused on AI, saying that AI, the enemy of the classroom, or the key to the future, rethinking career orientation. So this team focused on solutions that try to change how career orientation is done by integrating artificial intelligence. Then we move on to the second challenge, which focused on career orientation. They used particularly, they were talking about AI, artificial intelligence, trying to look at artificial intelligence. I'm sure everyone's aware of artificial intelligence. It's become something that's really trending, that everyone is aware of right now. I mean, within our phones, when you're using WhatsApp, you have the Meta AI. AI is literally everywhere, but very few individuals know how to use artificial intelligence. And this could lead to the misuse of artificial intelligence. So each and every individual can use artificial intelligence in terms of career orientation or career advice. Like you can simply go to your device, then go to any AI platform and describe to it what your interests are, what you like doing, for example, anything generally, and it could tell you, okay, this individual should be aligned to this career, and this individual should do this. Because approximately 70% of individuals that go into tertiary education go without really not knowing what they want to do or what they really want to focus in, which results in very high dropout rates where people just end up dropping the subjects or dropping the degrees that they're doing. So you really need to be informed, because imagine spending a lot of years doing primary education, a lot of years doing secondary education, then you come to tertiary education, then you discover, okay, this is definitely not for me. Then what are you going to do? Are you just going to give up, or you just look for a better way to approach the problem? So this is what we focus on using AI to change the educational aspect. Then the third problem that was discussed is going to be delivered by my colleague. Then I'm going to move on to the fourth one, which was shaping the copyright framework for future education. Yes, copyright laws are very important. I mean, many of us just basically print books and print textbooks, but there are definitely copyright laws that are behind that. I mean, you're not allowed to just take someone's work, then you just photocopy it, and you can do whatever you want. No, there are copyright laws that accompany each and every textbook and each and every digital device that each and every individual has, right? So we discovered, or we mainly delved into trying to solve this problem. So the first abstract talked about bridging the copyright divide, unlocking access to all educational resources for all. I mean, accessing educational resources and research papers within developing countries or less developed countries like ours, it's very difficult for students. I mean, students have to go online or to try to access illegal sites or things of that sort, which is very detrimental. I mean, within developed countries, there were individuals who came from developed countries, extremely developed countries, which shared with us within their countries that's not allowed. You can end up being sued or you can go to jail for that. So we decided to deliberate on a solution that could help less developed countries in looking for a solution that could meet their needs. So we discovered, or we deliberated on creating a platform where each and every learner can access these resources, whether it's research papers, research work. You can simply search that research work on the platform, then you can simply be able to access the information that you want to access. Then the second challenge talked about safe and copyright compliant AI integration in education, unlocking OpenAI and human architecture for equality, equity, and ethics. We are all different. We have different races. We have different genders. We have different personality and character traits. But there's some certain level of bias that is being used within training artificial intelligence. Remember, artificial intelligence is just artificial. It depends on the knowledge or the information that you give it, you train it on, and it just delivers that information. So there's a lot of bias currently within the responses that come from AI. Let's say particularly AI favors a particular gender, or AI favors a particular country due to the information that it's been given. So that's very detrimental and ill. So this team focused on how safe and copyright compliant integration can be done or integrated into the information within this modern age. Then the fifth team focused on unlocking every child's potential through AI. When I tell you that AI is an asset, I really mean it. Try to use AI for it to help you within your studies, within your education. Try to integrate it within most of the things that you do, within the content that you learn. AI, it's here for you. It's literally the artificial intelligence that can help you to learn any content, anything, any complex topic that you're trying to learn. It can break it down for you. It can help you to understand complex information. So AI is very important within the age that we are in right now, and AI is not going anywhere. So the last team talked about revolutionizing education and AI through a personalized learning platform, like what I just talked about. The personalized learning platform adheres to your needs as a student. It helps you to identify patterns or problems that you'll be having when you're doing a question. For example, when you write a particular exam paper, let's say it's a multiple choice question, you just enter your answers, right? Then after that, you receive a mark. After receiving a mark, it doesn't tell you where you went wrong or what things that you did wrong. But AI, through the integration, it can help you and assist you in learning the patterns of where you got the information wrong, what you particularly did wrong. So AI is very important. So I'm going to leave the floor to my partner who's going to talk about the last solution.
My team looked at the topic, building capabilities to enable companies for the future, coached by Mr. Dominic, and the challenger was Mr. Prashant. We managed to come up with the problem statement, which was the first element we needed to come up with the solution, the problem statement. The future is approaching. Are we ready? There are many predictions that in a few years, the core skills of workers will be disrupted by technology. With the rapid advancement and ever-changing landscape of skills required in the workforce, companies face critical challenges ensuring that their employees possess the necessary capabilities to remain competitive and innovative. Additionally, it also possesses a challenge that various generations adapt differently to new technologies such as AI. To solve these problems, Roche was the main company we were targeting. Roche is seeking to develop an all-in-one framework that only identifies relevant future skills, but also provides efficient strategies for skills development in resource-efficient way. So the solution consisted of the suggested solution, the explanation, the conclusion, and the prototype. The suggested solution for our challenge. Our solution focused on predicting future-proof skills based on existing data with a feedback-driven algorithm. The proposed solution consists of three integral parts: the data source, the skills prediction, AI, and the user interaction. That was the solution. I can spend the whole day telling you all about the solutions all the teams came up with. But to save time, I refer you to the site ISTF summaries on the internet. You will find all the summarized topics of the challenges that we did and the solutions. As I conclude, I want to leave you with advices we were given by my coach, Dominic, during one of our lectures. My presentation won't be complete if I don't give you these advices. To everyone here, 1, rejection is not failure. 2, embrace your uniqueness and use it. You are good enough. 3, it is not about how many times you fall, but how many times you stand up and dust yourself. Never give up. Cultivate a positive attitude in life. Value your hard work. Build solid relationships. Have a strong network. Network, guys. Understand the meaning of your choice. Before you make a choice, know the weight of that choice. Always stand for your integrity, no matter the odds. Stand for what you believe in. Challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to come out of your comfort zone. Never stop learning. Keep on learning. Resilience is key. Embrace power of education as a tool that can empower you to change your future. Be proud of your origin. Never forget where you are. Never forget where you come from. Dream big. If your dream doesn't scare you, your dream is not big enough.
So I'll conclude our experience by sharing some wise words that was said by Kamala Harris when she said that you did not fall out of a coconut tree. We exist in the context of those that have become before us and those that are to come after. We exist in the context of those that have become before us and those that will come after. You have to acknowledge, you have to try so much or so hard to break free from the problems that you experience within your daily life. Try to come up with solutions that address those problems. I mean, our ancestors, those that have become before us, have struggled through famines, droughts, and many predicaments for you to be just here, for you to just sit down and compare yourself on a phone with someone who's on the other side of the world. You shouldn't do that. Focus on yourself, focus on your problems, and try to come up with a solution. I'd like to thank Mr. Chikundi for giving us this opportunity and for the Africa Science Buskers community. And I would like to lastly say, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes better and your better, the very best. Thank you.
A round of applause for them as they take their seat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now, before they came onto the stage, I promised you I'm going to irritate you a bit by coming into your space and giving you the mic and asking you some very difficult questions. Where am I going? I'm going here. Ropa, you give us the question. So you state your name, the name of your school, and then you respond to the question.
Hi. Hi. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
What's your name and where you coming from?
My name is Nokutenda. I'm from Arendelle.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so your question for today is, tell us about your favorite thing to do after coming back from school.
Usually I just play music after school. Yeah, I just spend an hour on Spotify listening to music.
Okay, that's a good one. So what is the song that's playing in your head right now? Or what song will be playing in your head as you will be presenting your project before Mr. Chikundi and before the judges in the afternoon? What is that song? What's your project song?
Okay, the one that just came into my mind, I would say it's called In My Mind by Take Van. I don't know if anyone knows that song, but yeah, that's the one.
Okay, thank you.
A round of applause for her. I have a request. Please make the questions difficult. They are scientists. They are obviously smart.
I was warming up to them. I didn't want to ask
That question
them.
was easy. Confirm? Okay. Who's next? You're next. Give us a hard one.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Kim from the Heritage.
From Heritage. Okay. For this one, I need to know, what's your combination? What subjects are you doing?
I'm in Form 4 right now.
Okay, so you're doing lots of subjects.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is a 25-mark question. Okay, so I really need you to go in deep with it. Are you doing history?
No.
Okay. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, so you're... Oh, yeah, because we're at a science festival. I'm sorry, guys. I'm into arts and media with Panache. Okay, so can you explain to me the process of mitosis? It's a very simple question. Just explain mitosis. Is that a hard question?
I think I can answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
Mitosis is the division of cells.
You see? So you guys are not studying. If that scared you, you're not studying. That was a very simple question.
Thank you so much, Rob. I think I'll do the asking for now.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Can I at least pick who you're going to ask?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can it even be a parent or a teacher?
Yes, a teacher.
Okay.
Do they know what they're teaching? Give us a teacher.
I won't know if it's a teacher until I see them, but...
Teachers, can I have your hands up?
Yes.
Where are the teachers?
Teachers, please kindly raise. Yes. We have our teacher this side.
Okay.
Yes. So you can ask the teacher the question.
You're a science teacher. Which subject? Biology.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, I did D in biology, but I'll try. I can't remember any biology concept. But mitosis, still on mitosis, I understand there are a number of stages. There are four. There are 4 stages. I still remember this thing. So 4 stages of mitosis. Start with the 3rd one, then the 4th one, 2nd and 1st.
All right. I think we can be a bit spontaneous, isn't it? So since I'm a teacher, I can pass this to a student. You know, we need to show students, don't let us down. You need to show that we are teaching you something, isn't it? All right, you said starting from the 3rd one. All right, there is anaphase, metaphase, interphase, and telophase.
A round of applause for him. A round of applause for him. So, just going to do one more question, and then we leave time to the next presenter. You want to answer a question? Oh, you don't want? You want to answer a question? Yes. Wow. Okay, stand up, come here. A round of applause for him. Just for the courage. All right, your name?
I am Kayo Mushonga from Westridge Primary School.
And grade?
I am in grade 6.
Grade 6. Grade 6. Right, to make it interesting, one of you is going to put their hand up and give him a question.
It can't be someone from
It can't be someone from your school.
Yes.
Yeah, you favor him. There you go. You win the prize. Come. Remember, he's a grade 6.
Sure. Hi, bro. Hey, bro. I'm Sean.
Hi, Sean.
I'm good. And you're?
I'm Kyle.
That's nice, Kyle. Do you know anything about computers?
Yes, I'm actually really good at it.
Okay.
Tell me about the Harvard architecture.
Pardon?
Okay. I said, tell me something about the Harvard computer architecture.
Sean is disqualified. Anyone else with a question for a grade 6? I repeat, grade 6. I don't even know about Harvard. What are you talking about?
Hi, bro.
Hi.
I'm Nikita.
Hi.
What is photosynthesis?
That's not part of computers.
You're disqualified. So we're going to change the format. We're now choosing primary school students. Where are my primary school students? Yeah, let me go that side. Mini, miny, mo. Are you a grade 6? Are you a primary school student?
Hi.
Hi.
So what subject do you want me to ask from?
Computers.
Okay, so let me see. What is the shell of a computer called?
Pardon?
What is the outside part of a computer called?
The outside of a computer is called...
I don't know the answer. What's the answer?
a computer case.
Is that correct? I don't know the answer, to be honest. Is that correct? A round of applause for him. Thank you so much, guys, for your participation. You were looking down.
Everybody.
So I just wanted to make sure that everyone is up, everyone is listening, and everyone is participating. The next round, I'm thinking of something. I'll give you the idea after the next presenter, all right? And anyone who gets the answer correct gets to have my plate of lunch. Fair enough? All right. Rupa, give us our next presenters.
Okay. So guys, as we're saying, we've got so many people lined up to speak to us today, and they're just going to be encouraging you about STEM to keep you guys grounded and rooted so that you guys are prepared for the future. This science festival, it is very important to the beginning of your lives. So right about now, we are going to leave time to people who have traveled through various countries, over the seas and over the mountains and over deep into the valleys just to get here so that they could speak to you. Are you guys excited? So we're going to leave time to Dr. Clark and Dr. Anthony from New York in the United States of America to come and speak to us this morning. Come on, let's clap our hands as they're coming through.
A round of applause for them as they come up.
Come on, more hands, more hands, more hands.
You never know, maybe they might take you back with them to New York.
Thank you very much. I have been sitting along with you, and I just got to walk up here, and that felt really good. So before I start, I want everybody in the room to stand up. Give yourselves a good shake. Turn around and shit once if you want, and then sit back down. Okay, hope that's everybody's more comfortable. As you heard, my name is Harold Clark, and you can tell, and this is my wife, Linda Anthony, and as you can tell from my accent, we are from the United States. Yes, can you start the timing and showing? And we're here primarily as chaperones for a young man who has come to compete in the conference along with you. Also from New York. He won a prize at the science fair, of which I am a director. So, many of you are going to have a great experience today, and one that may be pivotal in your choice of career. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, your career. And the lessons that I learned from going through mine. The primary one is don't expect your career to be a straight path. When I was your age, stay back for me, dear, the feedback. Thank you. Away. So, when I was your age, I loved science and math, but I also liked a lot of other things. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was thinking I might like to be a lawyer. So I applied to a lot of different colleges that had really broad curriculums so that I could have a choice of subjects. At the encouragement of my Latin teacher, of all people, I applied to Harvard. And I got in. And I was shocked. So the first lesson is don't underestimate yourself. Reach for a goal even if it looks impossible, because it may come true. So at college, I thought, well, if I go into a technical career, I can get my deep learning in graduate school, but I'm going to need to have the right math and science background in order to get into graduate school. So to keep my options open, I took engineering and applied physics. That was my major. But I explored lots of other things. And I would encourage you, when you get to college, do that as well. Not just focus on one thing, but take courses in other things that interest you, because you may find out that you love something that you didn't know about. And that may be where you go. In my case, by the time I got to the end of college, it was pretty clear that I wanted to go into a technical field. So I went to MIT and got my PhD in material science and engineering. It's also where I met my wife. And once we left with our degrees, we went to work for AT&T Bell Laboratories. AT&T was, at the time, the huge monopoly that controlled the American telephone system. And Bell Laboratories, their research arm, was the place where the transistor was invented, the laser was invented, information theory was invented, and several other Nobel Prize-winning inventions came out of that research environment. My particular area was manufacturing research, working with making optical fiber, because at that time, that's when light started to be used to for communications. And for the first years of my work there, working in the laboratory, I really struggled. I could do it, and it was fine, but it didn't excite me. I wasn't in love with what I was doing, and it showed. My management was quite worried about me in terms of where I was going to go. Then 5 years into my time there, I had a near-fatal car accident. Spent 7 days in intensive care. That's what gave me the limp that I've got. Since I wasn't going to be able to drive for a while, they reassigned me to a different location, actually the one that my wife worked at, so that she could drive me to work. And I was introduced to a new set of colleagues, a slightly different area of work, and a different environment. It was better, but it still wasn't great. What really changed was when I was asked if I would join a small team of people to go to a factory 100 miles away that was making lasers and detectors to improve the quality on the manufacturing line. Now, there was a group of people who did this kind of work. They were 3 other people. They were experts in this, but they needed somebody who knew the technology. So they asked me if I would go. One problem was that this request came right when my wife was in the hospital having our second child. So this would require me to be away 5 days a week and coming home only on weekends with a newborn in the house. We talked about it, and we decided, let's make this work. And so I took that job, and what I discovered was, for me to do well, I needed to be in a team. I wasn't a very good lab rat doing science on my own in the laboratory. I thrived by interacting with people. By interacting with people. I also discovered that my talent was being able to look at something at a very high level, see the big picture, and then be able to delve down and work the minute details of the key issue, and then go fly back up to the higher level. And because of that talent and the fact that I was obviously becoming much more productive. My management promoted me to become a manager, and I took over a group that was doing environmentally friendly manufacturing, an area that I knew nothing about. But I learned, and I was able to guide that group. And from there, I moved on to other initiatives in manufacturing strategy and a whole variety of different new product development, a whole bunch of different initiatives. When I look back on it, I realized that about every 18 months, I was being asked to move into a different area to learn about it and start contributing. This work, and so my career was progressing pretty well until the telecommunications equipment market collapsed. And the company needed to cut expenses, and so I was downsized. Fortunately, with a severance package and a pension, but that meant I officially retired from the company at age 47. What am I going to do now? Well, fortunately, the company 3 months later said, why don't you come back to work for us as a contractor? So I did the same job I had been doing, but as a contractor for the next 2.5 years. And at that point, they legally couldn't keep me employed any longer. So then I really did have to decide, what am I going to do? At that point, my wife, who was also downsized, was now working at Rutgers University, the big state university in New Jersey. And she got an email from Liberty Science Center, which is the big science center in our state, right behind the Statue of Liberty. And it said, we have a traveling exhibit on material science. Is there anybody at Rutgers who would like to come up and explain exhibits to visitors as a volunteer? So my wife came home, gave me this email, and said, here's something socially useful you could do while you're deciding what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And so I volunteered. And I fell in love with communicating science to the general public. When that exhibit left, I said, can I keep doing this? And they said, sure, you want our education department. So I volunteered as an educator and did demonstrations on the floor, explained exhibits, that type of thing. Then a colleague said, Harold, there's a part-time job. You could get paid for what you're doing. I said, oh, good idea. So I applied for that, became a part-time educator. And then the management position was open for about 6 months, and still having 2 kids to put through college, I took that job and became a manager. And so for the last 16 years of my career, I was educating people and managing a group of science educators, both at the Liberty Science Center and then later at the Rochester Museum and Science Center. Now, if you had told me that I was going to end my career, if you told me when I was in graduate school that I was going to end my career working in a science museum, I would have told you you were crazy. That was never on my trajectory. But, so the lesson I draw from all of this, and I would pass on to you, is things are going to happen in your career, both good things and bad things, that will give you opportunities to change what you're doing. Look at those, grab those opportunities, because it may lead you into something that is even more of what you love. I really loved being an educator. Also, those opportunities, you aren't going to manufacture those. Those will happen to you. So seize those opportunities and grab them. Since I've retired, I still keep in the education business as being the part-time director of a science fair, and that keeps me connected to young people and to education. So even after you officially finish your career, you can still contribute and have an impact on people. Now I'm going to turn this over to my wife, who has worked at Rutgers University with graduate students, and a lot of her work had to do with teaching them how to communicate science, particularly across disciplines.
Okay, is this on? Yep. Great. Okay, so mine is going to be a little more practical. If I told you about my career, it would have some similarities and differences, but the same message about seizing opportunities and persevering through difficulties and getting what you can out of them, much the same as things you've heard from other people. It's the same all over the world. We're all people. So I want to talk a little bit about the practical aspects of science communication, because that's so much in the wonderful concept of Science Buskers. So in addition to the wonderful, and we thank Knowledge for their vision behind Science Buskers, a shout out to that. There will be times when you'll be in the context of a more traditional science fair, or as you are progressing your career, a poster session. And you'll have a poster behind you, and you'll be there, and people will wander by and have a few minutes to learn, they're eager to learn about your science, or they have to judge you, one or the other, or both. So I'm going to tell you a few things that I've learned over the years from my colleagues and from my experiences from the time I was a graduate student, or even an undergrad, right on up. So first, I'm going to let you in on a little secret you may not know yet. When you're on the other side of the table, after a while, most graphs look the same. So there's two, and for those of you who are younger in your careers, you may not be plotting data as much unless you're in a classroom situation, but you'll get to this. So basically, the two common kinds of graphs are the XY, where you've got some sort of magnitude going up this way, and time or dosage or some other variable going this way, and then there's a line or some points or some bars. And then there's the other kind of bar graph where you have a bunch of bars and then a space and another bunch of bars and another bunch of bars, and this is condition 1 and this is condition 2 and this is condition 3. What you need to do in your poster is label your axes with the scientific measurement that you're making, label them with what that stands for in the context of what you're doing, and then use your eyeballs, use some graphics to draw the eyeballs of your audience to what you want them to know, because otherwise all graphs look the same. So if your line graph goes down, and that's good because you saved energy, and so your limited supplies on your battery will last longer, point out that you've achieved this much of a decrease by implementing this or whatever it is. And I could go on, but in the interest of time, I won't give you more examples. You get the idea. But as far as those labeling of the axes, you might be measuring something like a color test, and the units would be absorbance units from a spectrophotometer, or it might be milliamps per hour or something with the lifetime of a battery or what have you. But correlate that to what it is. If it's a color test, I made this much biofuel, or I synthesized this drug, or I removed this impurity, or if it's the electrical one, I increased the lifetime of the battery, or whatever it is. So show what your measurement is doing. So that's lesson 1. Customize your graphs to your audience, and then use something like a little cartoon bubble or a circle around a significant result or something like that to draw the audience to what you want them to learn. The second lesson is increasingly, and this really applies to Science Buskers and things others have said, you will be talking not only to specialists in your own subject, but people from other subjects. So you might be a chemist talking to a data scientist, or you might be a very inventive entrepreneur talking to a biologist, or you might be an artist and media and visual arts person learning about communicating in this field, whatever. Different words have different meanings. The best example was when I was in grad school one night after supper in the dorm. I said, I gotta go back to the lab to mix up my buffers. To a chemist or a biologist, buffers are what control and moderate the acidity or the basicity of a solution. To my good buddy who was in computer architecture, a buffer is this place where you store data. It's a different concept. And he was looking at me going, what are you doing in my field? So that's one example. The other would be people using the word equation. Social scientists will talk about the human equation. A mathematician will talk about a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is solvable. The human equation is more a metaphor for all the different things that go into that field. So there's two examples. Make sure you define your words or use them carefully. And we're doing okay. I will wrap up quickly. So finally, moving upward, some more general advice. So for general advice, I will go back to when I was a graduate student, and in our group, we used to practice our talks in front of one another. And my very wise thesis advisor, after listening to one of my colleagues talking at depth about every step of how he got to the result he got in his experiment, said, "Could you please leave out a few facts for the sake of the listener?" I'll repeat it. Couldn't you leave out a few facts for the sake of the listener? People in a poster session or in Buskers have limited time to learn lots from lots of people. So that leads to the second big piece of advice, which helps you to choose what facts, which is talk about what you know and not about what you don't know. You know the most about what you did of anyone in your field. That's what you can talk about with confidence, and you want to draw the conversation to that. Of course, you need to put it in the larger context. You know, I'm grinding up biofuels, grinding up plants, because I want to make new biofuels. Well, that's fine, but you don't have to explain the worldwide energy crisis. You just need people to know that we're trying to get away from fossil fuels, and that's where your research fits in. So there's one example. And I will thank our friends that we visited at the Dominican convent school yesterday, where I found out that a student was working on that, and I actually advised graduate students who were working on something similar about 10 years ago. There's still lots of work to be done in the field, as there is in all of the fields in which you're trying to make the world better. I will close with what I hope will be a little joke, and we'll go over him as well as some of the jokes you folks tried to make. And that gets back to language. So I was at a conference, and a person was presenting a talk and said that they had achieved a very good result experimentally because it was close to theoretical, and it was 0.1. And in the question period, a man from the United Kingdom got up and said, "I was really, really interested in your results. Could you please explain how you arrived at something so close to 0.1? And he was totally confused, and he sort of stammered and said, "Well, actually, we were close to 0.1, and we did it this way." And the man said, "Yes, that's what I mean. Say more about why it was not 0.1. And finally, his colleague beside the speaker tugged him on his suit coat and said, "He's saying 0.1 in British English. He's agreeing with you. He's happy that it was not 0.1, and he wants to know more about why." So with that example that I hope goes over a little bit humorously, I'll conclude. Be happy to talk to any of you later about more advice, but on behalf of both of us, we really appreciate this opportunity to share with you and to learn from all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for the doctors as they take their seat. Before we get into the science of what they were talking about, a very important part of their speech was that if you go to university, you find yourself a good, smart wife. So all the guys that are in here, please go to university and find yourself a good, smart what? Wife.
Panache.
A round of applause.
These are just babies.
Okay, I'm sorry. Up next, we have a presentation from Westridge Primary School. A round of applause for them as they take the stage.
Good day to you. My name is Abio Mupariri from Westridge Primary School, and today I am going to be speaking on behalf of the students from our school that participated in the Belt and Road Teenage Sci-Tech competition in China, which was on from the 15th to the 21st of July. Our students left at Robert Gabriel Mugabe Airport, Xi'an 5-star hotel in China. Our students did multiple different activities, and one of them was assembling a robot. During the cultural exchange, our students spent the night seeing the traditions, dances, and more of them in China. Our students visited a science lab where they saw multiple different things, such as fossils and other things related to animals. The eighth wonder of the world. In China, around 2,000 years ago, an emperor got his best military men and made statue models of each and every one of them, and he buried them in a tomb where he buried himself, because he thought that they would protect him in the afterlife, and they were called the Terracotta Warriors. Genetic modification. In China, in their labs, they remove the DNA from plants and put them in other plants to make completely new plants. Award ceremony. Our students were given awards for all their hard work in China. I will leave you with this video as I go.
I will say 1, 2, 3. Who is the loudest, right? I'm the luckiest person in the world. 1, 2, 3.
A round of applause. Have you ever been to China?
I've never been to China, Banash.
Where have you been besides Harare?
I've been to I've been to Mazoe. Mazoe is not in Harare. Yes.
Let's hope you guys, Science Journey, will take you far. The last item on our program before we head to the big thing is remarks from the Chief Judge. So this is the part where you listen attentively, because he is going to give you a little bit of tips, few tips as to how to present, how to hit that spot, and how to get those marks. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as you welcome on stage Mr. Ronald Churu. If he was my judge, I would clap until he gets here.
And make sure to smile.
Thank you so much. I'm not your favorite person in any case, because I'm the chief judge. I'm not sure why Mr. Knowledge Kundi decided to throw me into the lion's den today and show my face to you. Anyway, it's okay. Probably because he's now a father, so we understand. All right, so I'm here to, what shall I say, to leak the examination. I've got some people that will be working with me, so I'm going to tell you what those people will be expecting from you. If the person seated next to you is about to sleep, wake him up, because this is his or her time. Thank you for waking up. Right, so this is Africa Science Buskers Festival, a little bit different from Zim Science Fair. What we are looking at mainly for the Buskers Festival is your ability to communicate your science. So you should be able to communicate your project and your ideas to the judges. We are looking at three main things. Panache. Yeah, they wrote three, is it three E's? Or
Yes,
A's?
3 E's.
My daughter would say it's an A.
Yeah, she's in primary school.
We have primary school students around. Right, so we are focusing on 3 E's. The first one is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. So when you are communicating your project, you should show that science is fun. Currently, I'm looking at some people that do not look fun. They are very serious people. You'll be in lots of trouble with the judges that are coming. Right, so you present your project with lots of energy. You show that you know what you are doing. When we say present your project with energy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be making a lot of noise, but you show the vibe of what you are doing. All right. So when you've done that, what you are trying to demonstrate is the wow factor of your project. So tell the person seated next to you that my project is a wow. Good. So that's enthusiasm. Second thing, emotion. 3 is enthusiasm. Number 2, emotion. So about emotion, we're talking about you being excited. The MCs have been trying a lot to make sure that you get excited, but you have demonstrated to them that before you get something in your stomach, you cannot be excited. It's fine, but don't do that to the judges. So you are going to show great interest, you are going to show your passion, your curiosity, as you explain your science. The most important things there are your body language and also your, I'm not sure why they wrote this, also your face. The good thing about me is my face is always okay. You take a good look at me, my face is wow. All right, fine. So make sure that your body expression, your facial expression is also linked to what you are saying. Don't look sad when you're talking about good things, and don't look good when you're talking about sad things. All right, good. Then the last E is essence. So the essence is the most important idea of your presentation, which must be well spoken and understood by the judges. So when you are talking about a project, make sure that the judges understand what you are talking about. The last speakers who were here spoke about the judges coming in from various fields. You may be talking about IT, and I may be a biologist, so I may not really understand your IT stuff. So make sure that whatever you say, we understand what you are saying. So that brings me to my favorite cartoon. Is it a cartoon or Popeye? Bananas in pajamas.
Bananas and pajamas. It's a cartoon.
That's a cartoon. Right. So bananas in pajamas is 2 bananas. And these bananas are named B1 and B2. So we have B1 and B2. Whenever something happens, B1 would ask B2, B2, are you thinking what I'm thinking? So what we want you to do is to make sure that after you've explained, communicated to the judges, the 2 judges that will be judging you, you're only going to have 2 judges. My judges are B1 and B2. So when B1 and B2 step away from you, they are going to ask each other, B2, are you thinking what I am thinking? Because your communication is very clear to them. So I have explained that you're going to see 2 judges. There are only going to be 2 judges coming to you. And when they come as a pair. So don't wait for any other judge to come. And these judges, you have a tag, written judges. So when you see those 2 people coming, They will talk to you, and you have 3 minutes. That's like 180 seconds. That's a lot of time to explain your stuff. So you have only 3 minutes to explain your stuff, and in 3 minutes, they will go. They will be done with you, and no one will come. So make sure that in those 180 seconds, you explain yourself fully and you are fully understood. Are we clear? Thank you so much. And then you have your bronze, your silver, and your gold medals being given to you. One very important thing that you have to understand is we are around almost 200. We probably cannot give everyone a gold, a silver, and a bronze. But what makes me happy for you is if you check on the people that are here and the people that were supposed to be here, you realize that you are 1/5 of the people that managed to be here. So you have done very well, and we'd like to say to you, congratulations.
For your chief judge, again, I think you can do better. Given that we've been here since morning and we didn't eat, B2s, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's lunchtime. But before we go for lunchtime, allow me to say best of luck to each and every one of you. And when you see these 2 judges coming, the 2 standing before you coming to your workstation, you have 3 minutes to explain to us, Ropa and I, your project, and we'll make sure that we'll give you the best of marks that we can possibly give. Again, to all of you, best of luck, and we'll see you tomorrow when we are calling out your names for the medals. Like Mr. Churu alluded to, you are 1/5 of the number that was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So that gives you a better chance to win something.
Yes.
Ropa, please announce where lunch is so that we can.
Okay, so yes, just to add on to what Panashe is saying, you guys should be very, 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 very happy. Can you actually see how many people are here for the first time? Like your first time qualifying? Oh, so you guys weren't laughing at my jokes because you're nervous. That's the problem. It's because it's your first time. No, don't worry, guys. Don't be anxious. It's your first time, so you should be so proud of yourself. In fact, clap hands for yourself for making it this far. Yes. So yes, just take all the nuggets that you were given today, take it to heart, do your best. So as we are going for lunch, we are going to be having lunch at Dominion Hall. That's where we're going to be having lunch. And just to clarify, lunch is only being served to all the people who have tags. So just make sure that you've got your tag on and stay close to your teacher, because I'm sure that they're also going to be giving you meal tickets as to how you will also be having your lunch, okay? And also, before we go for lunch, Panashik, you can allow me just to ask a question. Since we've been talking about food so much, and we had someone who was talking about IT, I just wanted to ask, do you know what computers like to have for lunch? Yes. No. Chips. Yes. So as we are going for lunch, we can have our chips, and we'll be having so many other nice things. But thank you so much for coming today. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Stay beaming, stay happy, stay excited, and come prepared to win a medal. Come prepared to clap for those who will be winning medals, okay? So have a lovely lunch, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?
A round of applause. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of our opening ceremony. If you make your way to lunch, and straight after lunch, you make sure that you're at your station, ready to busk, science busk as you call it. Have a good day. Thank you.
Welcome to the International Science and Engineering Fair. I'm going to Atlanta. Yes. If you win ISEP, it's like winning the Nobel Prize as a kid.
I'm literally gonna pass out.
Even if I don't win, it's gonna be worth it. This research is really good.
If we win, they're partying.
Is it about the science or the partying?
Both.
My project's goal was to solve plastic pollution.
To work on a safer and cheaper fuel for Zimbabwe.
to slow world hunger. No pressure.
The level of excellence is so impressive. The stakes are high.
I feel like I need to puke. That reminds me, I need to bring the Tums.
I'm weird. They're weird. We're all weird together.
We're gonna change the world. The winner is...
One coil down, 95 to go.
Hello, once again, thank you for keeping tuned on our Africa Science Buskers Festival. Here I have with me Mr. Ninyasha. He's going to tell us about today and about tomorrow's program.
Hi, how are you? I hope you're having a good time. So today we just finished up the science fair, the Science Buskers, the opening ceremony. And today I was just here to talk about the science center that we're building. And it's coming up amazing, and I hope you get to see the work, and I hope you get to support. And now we're just going to head up to see the exhibitions from the students, and from there, tomorrow, that's when we'll get to, for the students to get the awards.
Thank you for tuning in. We're encouraging you to stay tuned tomorrow. Be with us. You will see the presentation of awards tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. And that's when we'll know who our winner is. Thank you for tuning in. We're really excited all the way here from Africa Science Buskers Festival. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gonna pass out.
Even if I don't win, it's gonna be worth it. This research is really good.
If we win, you're partying.
Is it about the science or the partying?
Both.
My project's goal was to solve plastic pollution.
To work on a safer and cheaper fuel for Zimbabwe.
To slow world hunger. No pressure.
The level of excellence is so impressive. The stakes are high.
I feel like I need to puke. That reminds me, I need to bring the Tums.
I'm weird. They're weird. We're all weird together.
We're gonna change the world. The winner